everybody, if you're watching this, that means that we actually did it correctly.
Mhm.
I'm Darlene,
And I'm
and
Leslie.
we are two nurses who have
Mhm.
finally gotten it together. We
Mhm.
have been, for the longest time, wanting to put a podcast together. And so
Yeah.
we decided that today we were going to start. We're just going to start messy. We're just going to let it rip and just let it flow and do whatever it's going to do. Right, Les?
Yes, that is right. That's right. And I'm excited. I'm excited.
So, the
Thank you
name
for
of
this
the podcast,
opportunity.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. And thank you for your
I
time. I
thank you
always
too, because
appreciate
we
you.
couldn't do this without each other,
Yes,
which
yes.
we'll let the audience know like how that came about.
Yeah.
But for now, the podcast title is Don't Look Down.
Mhm.
We'll go in further about what that is. But we are two nurses,
Yeah.
two single moms. We have so much in common.
Mm.
And so I want to start by introducing my girl,
Oh.
Leslie Rivera, who I like to call Mags. So Leslie, if you just let the audience know who you are.
Thank you so much. So let's see. Darlene and I, we met some years ago now, right? We worked at the same hospital. I'm not sure if we should mention names of the
No.
hospital, but we met at a hospital, and I guess I'll start by sharing just a little bit about how we met that first day. So I was in the locker room. I was exhausted by the day, by life, by not being certain which
Mhm.
direction to go in life, and just doing the day by day things. And
Yeah.
I had never met Darlene, and it just so happened that I was in the locker room on that day, and so was she. And how was it that you might have to refresh my memory, but I said I can't remember if I took a deep breath and said, "Girl, there's got to be a better way."
Yes. Yup. You were like, this
Yes,
is it.
yes,
There's gotta be a better way.
and you
And I
said,
was like, girl, because there is.
yeah, yes,
And you were like, I
yes,
know, right? And then I
and
think you
we just
started,
like whoop, locked
yup. Because you
just
started
in that
saying, like,
moment.
you're like, I want a spa. And I'm like, oh my God, me too. And then she's like,
Yes, yes,
oh, I'm a coach or I'm studying to be a
yes,
coach. And we said, oh my God, me too. And we
yes.
just paused for a
Yes,
second.
yes, yes, yes.
We
And we
looked at each
recognized
other.
in that moment that we both had. We were like filled with all these dreams and
Yeah.
aspiring goals, and
Yeah.
we slowly learned how much we had in common.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
how much we both wanted out of life, where we came from, where we were going, where we were heading, what we
Yeah.
had planned, what we were like fighting for in
Right.
life, and what we were planning on growing for our future generations, and how we were
Yeah.
planning on changing. So
Yeah.
that
And
was,
that's what was so cool is because it's not often that you meet people who
yeah,
like have like, a huge way of thinking and having different ideas. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but it's like people are always like, well, what are you doing now? Well, what are
yes,
you doing now?
yes,
Like when you meet someone who has that same
yes,
thing about them, like you just pause for a second, like, oh my,
yes,
and that's
yes,
us. I remember us talking for like 45 minutes
yes,
afterwards about, the ideas that we had, but we both of us were unsure of which direction to take
mhm,
our ideas. And
yes,
that's where you and I always just kind of felt like we were stuck, which
yes,
technically we were not. But
yes. And
anyway, tell them who you are.
I mean, at the time, and you still are, you have a business, right?
Yes.
That you do, that you assist. I mean, you can go into what exactly you do in your business, but you did help me tremendously in helping to focus on what it is that I wanted out of life. You helped me to gain more clarity. You helped me to make it concrete. You helped me to build a plan, and I thank you truly for that. And
Oh,
I just like I respect you greatly, and everything that you've built for yourself, for your family. And everything that you're still building, and all the ways that you're still growing. And I really do appreciate our times that we have connected, at work, outside of work,
Yep.
and the path that we've been on and where we are now. So again, my name is Leslie. My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised here in Connecticut, along the way, I'm sure that we will share much about our lives and our past and our struggles and our challenges, but there have been quite a lot. And building up to, being, a very young mom, a teen mom, and struggling to complete school, struggling to complete college, struggling with domestic violence, like in my own history, in my past, and all the things that I had to overcome and grow through
Yeah.
without guidance.
Yeah.
Um, to get to where I am today.
And
And
where are you today? Mhm. Exactly.
woo, there's a lot of details to that too, but I'll give you like the
In a nutshell.
right, in a nutshell. So I am in my second year.
Mhm.
2 out of 3 are complete. 2 years out of 3. I'm in my last year of the psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner program at Yale University.
All right now.
Yes,
And
yes,
just so people know, I have a nickname for Leslie. I call her Mags because one day we went out, we always like meet for coffee every once in a
yes,
blue. We're just chatting, chat. And she's like, oh,
yes.
yeah, when I graduated undergrad and I graduated magna cum laude. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah. And I didn't even know that I had magna status until graduation day. And I'm like, what? And I was telling her that is so major. That's something to be proud of. And she kind of was like, well, and I guess, that happens when you work so hard, right? Like you're constantly working,
Yeah.
that a lot of times we don't take the time to celebrate ourselves,
Yes.
what we've
Oof.
accomplished. And so because
Yes.
of that, I started calling her Maggie. Like I'd be
Mhm.
like, hey, Maggie, hey, Max. Because I'm like, girl, magna cum
Yes.
laude in nursing school is not easy to do.
True
It's
story. True
not. So
story.
to
Thank
see
you.
her,
Thank
at Yale is not a shocker to me. And I'm very proud to see you doing and figuring out what it is that you wanted to do and that you're actually doing it is so dope. It's so dope
you.
and expected. I expect that anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. But please, okay, so enough about me.
So.
Let's hear about Miss Darlene and who she is, the one and
uh,
only.
well, I am a mom to a 17, soon to be 18-year-old young man, which is bananas to me.
Mm,
But thankfully, as a single mom, not planning to be, raising a child, majority of the time on my own, I have to say that I'm always very grateful that that is the human that God gave me.
mm,
People give that expression that He gives you what you can handle or something
yeah,
along those lines. And I go, well, praise the Lord, because there's no way, you know what I mean, like, to know what my capacity is. So I'm
yeah.
very grateful that He
Mm,
definitely blessed me with a good child. I have been a nurse for about 20 something years, operating room. And like Leslie said, I started a business back COVID, Bellevue Integrated Wellness, and I'm
mm,
a stress management coach. My focus is on joy. I feel that we need to have joy in our life. Joy is constant, and life is just so hard
mm,
that in the midst of it all, like, I'm sorry, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have to laugh. We're going to have to do all the things that fills our cup, that makes us feel like, oh my God, my heart
mhm,
is so full, it can
mm,
burst.
mm,
But to help nurses and healthcare workers find that joy so that we don't leave the profession, because the
mm,
profession is very hard, it's very
mm,
challenging, it gets exhausting, we go through burnout, it's frustrating. So instead of saying like I'm leaving nursing as a whole, or instead of saying I'm leaving healthcare, that we'll be able to have clear minds to just like what you and I did, to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go and I'm going to get my nurse practitioner degree. You're still staying within the profession. You're just finding that place that helps you to feel good.
mhm,
So that's pretty much me. Like I love to learn. I'm a
mhm,
lifelong learner. I will never stop learning. And it doesn't have to be a degree. It
mhm,
doesn't have to be a certification. It could be anything.
mhm,
Like for example, one of my goals is once my son goes away to college and I'm empty nesting, I want to join like a line dancing group or some kind of
Mm.
group just so I could
Yes.
have like a new hobby, like things like that, because I feel like every opportunity that we have to open our eyes is a new opportunity to just do
Mm.
something.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So that's me in a nutshell. I love having conversations with
Mm.
people who are similar to me, where they just like think so big, where it's like,
Yes.
which is why I've kept in contact with Leslie through the
Yeah.
years. We actually have known each other more outside of work than we did at the time that we
True.
spent passing each other. And
Yes.
mind you, everybody, like we would just pass each other in the hallway. It's not like we were actual like
Yes.
colleagues.
Yes. Yes.
We
This
would
is
see
true
each other and
too.
be
Yes.
like, "Hey, girl," and then it would be like long conversations. So
We had we had like the glaring look in our eyes as we walked past each other.
my friend.
Yes, yes.
But so we
So
wanted to put this podcast together.
yeah,
And the whole purpose of it, we called it Don't Look Down.
yes,
That's the, well, to be honest, that's the title for now because
yeah,
it might change,
yes,
but
yeah,
today it's
yeah.
called Don't Look Down. And it came from over this, well, last fall, I went on vacation to Jamaica with some friends and we went ziplining. Now, I had done ziplining before,
Mm,
but this was my second time, and it was like my second time since like maybe like 18 years ago. Like it's been forever. So I
mm,
did it because I'm like, all right, we're part of the group. Let me just do it again. No big deal. Well, honey, it was like 5 levels
mm.
and I was fine. I wasn't afraid. I was having a good time. And then all of a sudden I reached the second to last, which is like level 4.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, I decide to look down and I go, and I immediately just froze. I stopped, pure panic. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
Mhm,
how
mhm,
am I going to get down? Like, how am
mhm.
I, like, how is this going to work? So the guy, I don't know if have you ever been ziplining before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have. They have like the guy, like they have two guys. One goes across, and then one stays with you and fixes your little harness thingy.
Well, I haven't been one overseas or in another country. I haven't, been ziplining this way, so it's a slightly different than
Okay.
what I've experienced, but this is
Okay. Okay.
fun.
Okay. But I guess the concept is the same where
Yes.
they're hooking you up to the
Yes.
zip. So when he saw me, because I was the one in the group that's like, oh yeah, guys. Da, da, da. And in that moment, he looks at me, I looked at him, and he had that look like, oh, buddy, it's happening.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, don't look down. And I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
even know why I did that to myself. Right.
Yeah.
Because when I looked down, sheer panic, it's like I suddenly started questioning everything. Like,
Yes.
why did I do this? Da, 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 da. And then
Yes.
finally I had to like take a deep breath. And I looked at him and I was like, I'm gonna be fine. He's like, you
Mhm.
are gonna be fine. Just lean back. And I'm like, he goes, lean back. And I go, he said, lean back. I did. I just said, well, I'm already here. I
Yes.
made it this far. What
Yes.
am I going to do? Go
Yes.
back down the stairs?
Yes.
No, I have no
Mm.
choice
Yes.
but to just calm myself down, get
Yes.
across, and finish.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
I did. I completed it. It was great. I had a wonderful time. But the point is like, right, like we have been going through these journeys and like challenges and stuff like that, and you make it to a certain place, and
Yes.
all of a sudden you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god. And so the concept is don't
Yes.
look down. Like we need
Yes.
to continue to just keep pushing and keep going.
Thank
And
you
so
for
that's
sharing that.
the story behind the
Yes.
name.
And you know what? That resonates so much. Well, one thing, side note about me and Darlene, like we will talk and we will get into deep conversations and we talking about this, and then that sparks an idea about that. And
I know,
we are excited about all of
I
it. So
know,
every time, it's always good energy.
I
So
know.
that definitely like resonates, and it's a lot like our experiences in life, right? Like sometimes we feel stuck in a situation we are not happy with, but we're so fearful of what's ahead or
Yeah.
what will happen if we just jump, that we stay too long on that platform where we're not comfortable.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it's just like either, accept staying where you are, as
Yep.
unhappy as you are, or
Yep.
take a leap and don't look.
Yep. Yep.
So
And don't
it's
look
it's
down.
it's not easy, It's not easy, and it takes faith, right? It takes faith in yourself, faith in a higher power, just faith in good things ahead,
Yes.
faith that
Yes.
everything will work out
Yeah.
so much. And you just have to, because you know what, we're here one time, once, like we're here,
That
and
part.
we're here to do great things. We're here to help each other, because what are we here for if not for each other?
I know. I find that like that's something that I remind myself of whenever I do have those moments, because
Yeah,
it's like, don't get it twisted as much as like I say, oh, I'm a lifelong learner and I love, yeah, it's very true, but it doesn't mean that I don't have those moments like what happened to me on the platform.
yeah,
Stuff like that happens to me like often, right?
yeah,
So it's like in those moments, like what is it that I'm gonna do to keep going so that I don't
yeah,
end up, like you said, staying in the same space,
yeah,
right? And it's like turning back is not an option,
right,
you know?
right,
So yes, 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 yes.
yeah. So
So you first.
no, I'm very excited that we decided to jump, right? And because we've been discussing this for some time now.
Two
Yes,
years.
some time.
Yep.
Yes. We were like just sitting one day, right? We got together at a little spot here in Stratford, and we got into a conversation that flowed per usual between us,
Yeah.
and then the idea sparked, and we
Yeah.
thought that it was brilliant. And it's not because you know we think it's not because we think that we know more than anyone. It's
Nope.
not because no, it's for the pure and simple fact that we know that there are so many out there that are
Yeah.
struggling with
Yeah.
challenges, that have experienced some of the things that we have experienced, and we actually lived it. We lived it.
Or even
And
like living it. Like if you had to say
we're living it.
what do you
Yeah.
feel like your like top two or top, yeah, top two challenges are currently right now
Currently.
while you're doing all the things and
Oh,
winning?
Oh, so I just had this discussion today. So, what? Okay, so currently I'm a single parent, right? And my children are now. I mean, my son is older. He's 28 years old now, but he's still here, and he's trying to figure out what he wants out of life.
Yeah.
And I want to say he's a great kid. He's a grown man, right?
Yeah.
And
I have to start
he's
practicing
grown into a great man, and but he's still like finding his way.
that.
And
Yeah.
and so I do, support him as far as like his goals and his dreams, and trying to direct him
Yeah.
in the way that is best for him. And my daughter's 15 years old, and she's figuring out who she is. Um they both have just great hearts and bright minds,
That's
and
awesome.
having to carry that alone and guide them while I'm in this program that's very involved, and it requires a lot, and also working. And I have the one job at the hospital, then I have two per diem jobs to try and fit everything together so that I can go to school plus clinical and all the things that I'm learning there. And sometimes, I mean, I forget my self care. I forget the things that keep me grounded, and
And
that
what's
keep.
that? Like, what's usually your self-care that you use to stay grounded?
So for me, it's things like it's nothing profound, nothing that no one's ever heard of before, but the things that work for me. Walking outside and connecting with nature
Oh, that's
is a
nice.
big one for me. Just taking time to for meditation and connecting with myself,
Yeah.
taking time to pray and
Yeah.
to connect with God
Yeah.
and the Bible, and reading it and grounding myself in these things and feeling connected to the universe, to God, to nature, and to myself.
Yeah.
And I let all these things go because I don't have time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I find myself feeling very heavy,
Mm-hmm.
um, and very anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we've been trained we in our lives to survive.
Yep.
Yes
And
or
keep
yes.
doing
So
it.
we just survive, and we do the things, and we have been blessed with this manner of continuing to the goal and just doing the things that are required to get to where you want to be,
Yeah.
regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you carry, regardless of how difficult it is, we just keep going.
Going. Yeah.
And sometimes that's not easy. Much
No.
of the time it's not easy. So yeah,
Correct.
so that's a couple of the things that I struggle with currently with everything that I carry and that I'm responsible for. Um,
Yes.
and just trying to go back to basics, I guess,
Yeah.
and ground
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like that's definitely the same for me as far as
Yeah,
challenges, right? Like
yeah.
carrying the entire load. That's what I
Yes.
always say. It's like, oh, I'm carrying the load. And I always say I carry my stress here.
Oof. Yes.
It gets like rock hard. So
Yes.
whenever I get a massage, I feel weird. Like I feel like, like I'm thinking, I wonder if they could tell that they're
Yeah.
massaging a rock. Like
Yeah.
it's hard. And it's weird, and it'll start getting
No.
achy, like, without me doing
Oh,
any, like, pull-ups or anything like that, it
yes.
just gets achy, and that's usually
So true.
my cue, and it's,
Yeah.
just like you, just carrying the entire load. It gets very exhausting. So I try, like the prayer and things like that, what I do is to try
Yeah.
to do it in the morning
Yeah.
before I exit my bedroom to
Mm.
to get myself, like, prepped, to get myself ready
Yes.
to have, like, my 2 feet planted on
Yes.
the floor.
Yes.
Then, before I walk into the building at work, I take whatever 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll sit, play music, journal, do whatever,
Yes.
so that when I walk in, I actually feel good. That's why people
Yeah.
who see me on a regular day to day are like, "You're always so happy. You're always," and I'm like thinking, "Oh, you have no idea how much work I put in." Like I do it on purpose
Yes.
because I
So
have to. Like my true personality is me being like, "Oh, hey." And
yeah.
then when you see me more serious, like real, like that's a cue, like, oh, she's tired.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
tired. So basically, that's what this podcast is
Yeah.
going to be about, right? Like
Mhm.
the resilience. And as much as sometimes I hate that word, because I'm
Mm.
like, why do I have to keep going through stuff, right? That's what
Yes.
resilience is, right? You have to go through things to be
Yes.
stronger and stay. And it's sometimes I'm like, but it is about that, like being able to push through, but not just pushing through, like you said, to just survive, but
Yes.
to actually be putting in the work, but like we're
Yes.
taking time to do the things that make us
Yes.
feel good, or spend it, be intentional and spend it with the right people that we know we're gonna have a good time with. We know we're gonna laugh. We know we're gonna talk. We know
Yeah.
we're gonna just like, even if there's tears, but it's like detoxing, not in a way
Yes.
that you're just like,
Yes. Yes.
like
And it's
that.
a form of self-care for us.
Yes.
We found it to be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think our podcast will be about, how are we having faith in life,
Yeah.
dealing with burnout, dealing with the transitions. Even though we're going through great transitions, it still
Yeah.
can be work and heavy work and exhausting. And trying to keep our joy together. And
Mm.
like Leslie said, we're not, because we have all the answers. We're not trying to tell you what to do. We don't know everything.
Mm.
But we just want to be here to walk and
Mm.
dance with you while
Mm.
we all figure it out
Yeah.
together. Right?
Support one another,
Yeah.
empower each other. Yes.
Yeah. And so
Yes.
we're like, who is our audience? Who are the people who do
Mm.
you think are gonna listen to us?
Hmm.
Professional women.
Professional women, uh, women that are maybe they're even younger than we are, right? That are
Yeah.
starting from the
So
beginning,
true.
that may be like young moms, young single moms,
Yep.
even maybe young teen moms, just looking around,
It's true.
online for motivational, inspirational podcasts,
Correct.
and they'll
Yep.
stumble upon this and hopefully find value in some of
Yes.
the things that we discuss and some of the things that we've experienced that we can share here. It may help someone
Yeah.
that is currently experiencing what we once did,
That's
or
true.
what we might be experiencing right now. So
Correct, which is like the transition, right? Women going through
yes,
transition who,
yes,
like us, whether you don't even have to be a single mom. Like you could be
yes,
a married mom, but
yes,
you have
yes,
kids and like you're
yes,
going to school or you're trying
yes,
to do all these things, right? To
yes,
to be able to
Yeah.
tap into who you are as a person, not as a mom, not as a
Yeah.
nurse, not as like the wife,
Yes.
but as
Yes.
you,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
those are the
Just
women
being
that
a
we're
woman
talking.
in general. Just being a
Yes.
woman in general and everything that we
Yep.
do and everything
Yep.
that we are, right?
Yes.
And
Trying.
everything that we accomplish and all the people that we help along the way, and including our children, outside of our husbands, outside of our families, just
Yep.
being, just striving to be exceptional women in all these ways, an exceptional parent, an exceptional sibling,
Yeah.
an exceptional just person in society, just helping other people, other
I
women
love
in the
it.
ways that we are here and we have been blessed to do so. So,
Amen.
yeah.
And just trusting it, trusting that, right, that climb of going up, up, up,
Yeah.
up, even if it feels really scary.
Mm.
So, like, trusting that. So I
Yeah.
feel like people can expect
Yeah.
to listen to honest conversations, right? They're going to be, some of it might be funny, fun, lighthearted, and some of it might not be. It might be heavy,
Yeah.
um, deep conversation, but we'll always give you some kind of tool,
Mhm.
whether we're giving a professional expertise or our own personal experience, right? Like the combination of the two. We're
Mhm.
like at this point in our life, we're like blessed enough to say that we have life experiences to couple with our professional experience, which makes us such a dope combination.
Yes.
But ultimately, the conversations will be real conversations. So
Mm.
I'm excited. I can't wait. So you guys just bear with us. We might be changing
Yes.
the name,
Yes.
like it's just what it is. Because
Yes.
we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna keep doing it. It will
Yeah.
probably be like a weekly thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out in the
Yes.
background.
It's definitely been a long time coming, and I'm excited about this.
Me too. I'm glad we finally did it.
Yes.
So thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
And any like, do you have any like, I don't know if we should do like a piece of advice, a takeaway or something.
I just, I hope that many may find a safe space here with us, a
Yes.
space where they can just be, right?
Yes.
Be,
Yes.
be
Yeah.
safe, be
Yeah.
real,
Yeah.
be open, be vulnerable,
Yeah.
and always be accepted.
Yes. I love that. I concur.
Yeah.
All right, Les. Thank you so much. Thank you to
Thank
the
you.
audience.
Thank
And
you.
we are signing off. Bye.
Bye.